So I was surrounded by people who were, maybe they were business majors, but they had already launched and kind of started working on a business during their time at school. And I was around other science and engineering majors, and just like a lot of really diverse thinkers. So it was a really cool environment to be in, at least my kind of first year at college. And, it was interesting because I did dive into my coursework for the first about 2 years of college. I was like fully focused on that. I did the max amount of credits I could do. Like I'm sounding like such a goody two shoes, but I really I loved academics. Like that was just something I was so passionate about always. Even in high school, like I remember, my friends couldn't imagine that. I loved reading or studying as much as I did. So I was kind of weird in that way, but definitely, going through college, it was the same thing. Like I loved my studies. I always took on as many classes as I could. And I really...
And let me just ask you, sorry to interrupt you, but I'm just curious on that point. So, was that a love of learning? Was that a passion for the subject? Was that some sort of desire to excel and, perform? What was that love of the work? Tell me a little more about that.
I guess a mix of all three of what you just mentioned. I think you put that in such a great... You put that in such a great way, because I definitely, there is like some level of it is just trying to be an achiever and perform. And I think a lot of the ways that I judge myself and grade myself was based on some of those external grades you would receive in school. And for me, that was a place where I put a lot of self-worth, was on my ability to perform in those subjects and get good grades and whatever else. But the other side of it was definitely, I think I was more driven, honestly, by just a love for learning. Like I did really enjoy most of my classes. I think the only ones I didn't love necessarily were maybe like history and writing, or some of, things. I think we all have different ways that we, I loved math. I loved science. Like those were kind of really the fields that I always felt myself like sticking the most to. But, I think that kind of carries on today, because honestly, like a lot of the ways I judge my self-worth is what am I achieving with my career? And like, how much am I learning every day in my career? Like, how much am I pushing myself and feeling like I am advancing in a sense? So like moving forward for me has always had to be kind of a theme. And I'm definitely pretty hard on myself about just making sure that I feel like I'm building towards success in some level. And it's actually not monetary for me. Like I think success to me is more, it's defined by other factors.